What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Eclectic Beard. So this video is going to be Dad's Army Season 1, Episode 1. Part of that those 9 box sets that I got that are just, I'm just effusive about them still. Like, I cannot, I'm excited. I'm hecka excited. Dad's Army, now I've reacted to the, to one scene from Dad's Army. I actually had to fight for like 3 days to take and get it through. So I'm hoping it doesn't take that long. But this, I'm gonna tell you, it's given me, at least as far as these are concerned, and to find new like full episodes and possibly even movie stuff to take and do reactions to put on the channel. I'm currently looking for, which if you notice a little bit of like, it's, I don't know, it's the stuff that looks like it's kind of glittering on my shirt. It's color correction. I'm trying to take and, because this light and the overhead light gives me a little bit of a red look. I'm trying to take and have it more natural. So that just kind of caught me off guard when I checked to make sure everything looked. So yeah, I'm definitely looking for more stuff like that. I'm definitely looking forward to doing Dad's Army because it's such high praise for it. From everybody over there, that everybody seems to love it. Everybody, it's something that everybody's pointed to. That hey, you need to take a look at this. Need to look at this. Need to look at this. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a look at full episode 1, and we're gonna take and go through all of these series that I've been sent, and I'm definitely looking forward to that. All right, so without further ado, Dad's Army Season 1, Episode 1.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our guest of honor, one of Warmington-on-Sea's most distinguished citizens, a man of many parts, a banker, soldier, magistrate, alderman, and secretary of the Rotary Club. A good fellow all round. Ladies and gentlemen, Alderman George Mannering.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Town Clerk, ladies and gentlemen, after all, I have always backed Britain. I got into the habit of it in 1940. But then we all backed Britain. It was the darkest hour in our history. The odds were absurdly against us, but young and old, we stood there, defiant, determined to survive, to recover, and finally, to win.
So this, I'm guessing, referencing back to like World War II, with the advent of the Nazis and German aggression. Nice little speech you give there.
Ah, well done, Pike. Oh, by Jove, these things are heavy.
Oh, that's the sand being wet, sir. If you waited for the tide to go out, it'd have been twice as easy.
Well, never mind, Pike. They'll keep out the German bullets, that's the point. Don't take so long over the next one.
Oh, that's not my fault, sir. I spent 10 minutes picking the shrimps out of that lot.
Ah, thank you, Mr. Wilson. On there, please.
Well, it's a reasonable field of fire, I suppose. It covers most of the high street.
Oh, yes. Yes, I think we can quite happily say that Jerry's parachutists will be as dead as mutton from Stead & Simpson's to Timothy White's. We'll get a clear run down to the Pier Pavilion if that blaster woman to get out of the telephone box.
That'll be Mrs. Hoskins calling her sister in Petford. She'll only be 3 minutes, sir.
Well, let's hope that Hitler stays his hand till Mrs. Hoskins gets the pips.
Let's hope he waits until we get a machine gun.
The last one, sir.
What do you mean, the last one? They're nowhere near high enough.
Oh, well, there's no more sand, sir.
No more sand? Nonsense, there's a beach full of it down there.
Oh, well, the tide's in. The war's up to here. But right over my mum's Wellington's getting that last one. She went on about it.
Pike, the dampness of your mum's Wellingtons is of very little consequence when the whole of Europe is writhing under the Nazi heel.
No, my mum won't see it like that, will she?
That's what I suppose we could get some more sand.
He's worried about his mom's going to see. Oh, dear God. Oh, Jesus Christ. You got Germans on your door front. You're worried about what your mom was thinking about you taking these. Oh, dear God, dude.
At any moment, hordes of German parachutists may drop on us from the skies. Well, they'll be using all sorts of disguises, you know. A whole platoon of them could come dressed as nuns, set up their headquarters in the and you never notice.
Dressed up as nuns?
I would, sir. You see, that happens to be the Methodist chapel.
2 bags, sir.
Ah, well done, Pike. Well done.
The cashier says, will you sign for him as though you're putting him in the vault, or shall we open an account in your name and give you an overdraft?
To him later. See you, that is, Wilson.
Yes, boss.
Sir, a few weeks ago, I sent a letter to GHQ asking for instructions in case of an invasion. I told them that I held a commission and that I'd served in the last conflict.
Somewhere in the Orkneys, wasn't it, sir?
I was a commissioned officer, Wilson, and I served in France during the whole of 1919.
Yes, but ended in 1918, I thought, sir.
Well, somebody had to clear up the mess.
Oh, yes, of course.
Where were you during the war?
Mons, Gallipoli, Passchendaele. I was a sergeant in the RS.
Never mind that now.
We want large numbers of such men in Great Britain who are British subjects between the ages of 17 and 65. 17 and 65. The name of the new force will be the Local Defence Volunteer. This name describes its duties in 3 words. Here then is the opportunity for which so many of you have been waiting. Your loyal help will make and keep our country safe.
Now listen to me. We 3 are the invasion committee. Now the first thing to do is to appoint a properly appointed commander.
A what, sir?
Appoint a properly appointed commander. That's me. All right?
All right.
You will be my second in command.
Oh, thank you very much indeed, sir. Thank you.
What next? Ah, yes. Means of conveying instructions and information to the public. An information officer will be appointed. Pike, that'll be you. The information officer will be supplied with a megaphone.
Wait. Why would you appoint him? Well, no, never mind. That makes sense. It's interesting. Just
Now, your first job is to jump on your bicycle and go around the town delivering this message. All local defence volunteers to report to the church hall at 6 o'clock tonight. Try that. Oh, come here, let me show you. All local defence volunteers to report to the church hall at 6 o'clock tonight.
I don't know how you do it.
Might want to think twice about that one, cuz with all the comedy in this, in all seriousness, raising a local, volunteer defense force to take and serve as a buffer in case Germans decide to take and invade, or any of them come into that town, paramilitary or whatever, as he so eloquently was talking about at the beginning of the scene. That's something that I'm sure that all, was taken in high regard, or, taken with all seriousness, because of the efficiency of the German army and the havoc that they created.
The meeting was called for 6 o'clock. It's 20 past.
Where is he?
I could have had time for a round of golf. Do you know that?
I intend to mold those men out there into an aggressive fighting unit. I'm going to lead them, command them, inspire them to be ruthless killers. And I'm not going to get very far if you're going to invite them to step this way, am I? Quick march is the order.
Ah, there's something. All right, quick march.
Not much point. I'm here already.
Name?
James Fraser.
Occupation?
I keep a philatelist
One thing's definitely for sure, he's taking this serious as all get out.
shop. Are you swearing?
I never said a word.
You army type. Aren't you swearing an oath of allegiance?
Oh, yes, of course we are. We're going to do that later. Wait outside.
Come, boys brigade, man. Hold.
Well, you get some old fogies in this. I guess they decided to go up 265 for show.
Name?
My card.
Joe Walker, wholesale supplier. I suppose you won't be with us very long. You'll be called up any day, I should think.
Oh, no, Gov, no. I'm, what's his name? Reserved occupation.
How do you make that out?
Well, I'm an wholesale supplier, aren't I? I mean, I supply essential supplies.
Any previous military experience?
I've got a girlfriend in the ATS.
I'm as keen as mustard.
Have you any previous military experience?
Now you're talking. I signed on as a drummer boy in 1884. Later, saw service in the Sudan. Fought the Fuzzy Wuzzies. Fuzzy Wuzzies, they were the boys. They come at you with a great long knife and zip you right open. I soon find out if you got any guts or not.
1884, good God.
You made your point.
Yes, sir.
Just sign that, would you, please?
Certainly, sir. Thank you, sir.
When did you leave the army?
15, sir.
He signed the desk instead of the paper. I don't know if that's valid there, homie. Just saying.
I was invalided out, sir. The old minces, I couldn't quite make the focus, I see, sir.
Presumably that's why you signed the table.
Charge it.
I am. Why?
Right, we'll get this all cleared out at once.
What?
Come on, get these blokes out of here.
Are you out of your mind? Do you realise that history's taking place in there?
In 5 minutes' time, an ARP lecture is taking place in this hall.
I am trying to enrol men for the LDV, and if you're not very careful, I shall requisition this hall for military purposes.
You're too late, mate. It's already been requisitioned for the civil defence for my purposes. So get this lot out, so I can carry on with my lecture.
Are you asking the army to retreat?
Why not? You've had plenty of practice lately. Look, gents, we don't want to get excited, do we? I mean, I've got my job to do, and you've got yours. If you want to carry on here in this office, well, it won't bother me. But get this other lot out, quick, sharp. Go.
Last. That's all. Dismissed.
Thank you, sir.
That's really very nice.
A small little thing. Small little speech to get them all, I guess, started.
Squad,
Bro, they might as well have torches with them looking for Frankenstein with that.
Very smart, Corporal. What's that supposed to be, boy?
Well, you said if you had nothing else, we'd tie a carving knife to a broom handle.
I didn't say keep the brush on the end of it, you stupid boy.
Well, you should have said.
I don't want any insubordination. Take this man's name, Sergeant.
What's your name, lad?
Well, you should know by now. You've been a friend of my mum since before I was born.
Oh, shit.
Well, see, it doesn't happen again.
He's got a friend. A gun.
Yes, I can see that, sir, yes.
Well?
Yes, well.
I'm the officer.
Yes, sir, quite.
You're the sergeant.
Quite, yes, sir.
We ought to have that.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you for it.
Well, don't you think you would have more authority coming from you, sir?
No.
Right. Excuse me. Mr. Mannering would rather like to have your rifle.
Who would like to have it?
Captain Mannering.
Well, he can't have it.
Now, look here, Godfrey. Hand over that gun at once.
I don't see why I should.
Are you refusing to obey an order on active service? Realize we could have you shot for this.
That'll be a bit tricky since he's the only one with a gun.
Ready to speak, sir.
Your wife's birthday today,
Yes.
is it? You got her a nice present, I suppose.
Well, in all this confusion, I just haven't had time.
Here, hang on a sec. Here, cop hold of that, will you, Taffy?
Taffy.
Anything there you fancy?
I say.
He's a wholesaler. Might be a whole stealer, too.
High pressure flame thrower here in the front. And I'm told on very good authority, 2 hand grenade throwers.
Cool.
A very formidable opponent indeed. But we're going to tackle it. The question is, how?
How about some sugar, sir?
Sugar?
Yes.
How would you use it?
Well, you stick it in the petrol tank, and the engine fizzles out.
Yeah, that's right, sir. I read about that somewhere.
Yeah.
That's right.
That sounds a very good idea, doesn't it, you,
Very
Sergeant?
good indeed. Shall I put in an application for an extra sugar ration, sir?
Yes.
Bunch of saboteurs in there. Put sugar in the gas tank.
Now, this is the procedure. First of all, we take cover, concealing ourselves from the tank.
Here, here.
You hear the tank coming, and as it draws level, the first man soaks the blanket in petrol, breaks cover, and rushes towards the tank. Now, we're going to need a tough commander-like boy for this. Pike, you. Second man will then light the matches, rush to the blanket, and set fire to it.
Yes, sir. Please, sir. Can
Yes?
I volunteer for that, sir?
Oh, very well, Corporal.
Thank you, sir.
Do you think that's wise?
All clear so far? Yeah. Fraser, you will prise open the lid of the tank with the crowbar.
How are they going to do all this with all these Nazis on it? That's my question. And probably rolling down the street. It's not like they got steps and a welcome mat.
That's no good. Look, it's angry for all that fire. Go on, do it again.
I say, you fascist beasts.
Where's the blanket?
Even when he's trying to take and be insulting, he's he's very kind about it. I say, you fascist beast. That I don't know if that's going to draw attention or laughter. They're so disorganized and disjointed. Not supposed to tackle him.
It's your bedtime.
I can't come now, Mum.
Yes, dear, well, you'll just have to blow it up tomorrow. Oh.
You can't have someone that looks as young as what's supposed to be her kid. Like, that.
Well, I'm surprised at you. After all, you know what time he goes to bed. Go along, Frank.
Yes, go along, Frank.
I should tell you something. You know what time he goes to bed? Somebody's seeing Mama at nighttime, just saying.
Go along.
Will you be round later, Arthur, for your usual?
Maybe.
Yes, come along. I think I know what you've come for.
Just signed there, sir.
Yes. Sergeant, call the men in outside to help unload.
Oh, I don't think that'll be necessary, sir.
What?
Here are your uniforms. And your weapons.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Good Lord, it's Pepper.
Pepper?
Pepper. Enemy, but throwing in the face of. 5 feet.
Well, perhaps not quite what we'd expected, but every weapon in our armory is another nail in the enemy's coffin. Hand out the armbands, Corporal.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Sergeant, dish out the paper.
All right, very well.
That's got to be quite disappointing. Like, especially with as much gusto as he's been going about this. That's got to be quite disappointing.
All right, take one of these. And the cold steel, sir.
That's the spirit, Corporal. Well, we're making progress. A short time ago, we were just an undisciplined mob. Now we can deal with tanks. We can kill with our pikes.
You got pepper to throw in their faces. What are you talking about, man?
We can make them all sneeze with our pepper. After all, even the Hun is a very poor fighter with his head buried in a handkerchief.
We're going to make them sneeze with our pepper.
We have one invaluable weapon on our side.
Oh,
We have
shit.
an unbreakable spirit to win. A bulldog tenacity that will help us to hang on while there's breath left in our bodies. You don't get that with Gestapos and jackboots. You get that by being British. So come on, Adolf. We're ready for you.
He should have just led with that. He should have just led with that instead of all the other, attempts of daring do training. That's like that's more inspirational than the rest of the stuff that he's said or tried to have the men do. All right, so there we have it. That was funny. It's amazes me how such serious subject matter can be taken and turned on its head. And like, here's the box set. That's a pretty thick box set. Like you find there's books that aren't that thick. Now, granted, it's Jesus Christ, how many freaking things are in here? Quite a few. So we're gonna be on this show for quite some time, which is fine with me. So nine complete series, along with Christmas special and 3 episodes of. Oh. So they didn't contains complete series 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Christmas specials and all 3 surviving episodes of season 2. So only 3 episodes of season 2 survived? That's kind of crazy. Or is this that one show they took and kind of recorded over? But it's crazy though, because there's books that are smaller than this. So we're definitely taking such serious subject matter and spanning it over 9 series and making it funny, but also just the fact that, number one, because I've been told, I got told off that last video, they actually did have the civilian volunteer defense force, which is crazy to think because it's not something that we see today, at least not in the same type of manner, because here we've got we've got National Guard, which people are like, oh, they're weekend warriors, but they're part of the Army. This is citizens volunteering to take and help out, take and defend their towns and stuff like that, or at least, so taking such serious subject matter, turning it completely on its head, having to, the man, having him taken, it being such a, you can tell that the thought of leading people has went straight to his head. You could see the disappointment when they took and got the uniforms and their weapons, which is pepper, as they're trying to take and train to take out a tank. Like, this is priceless. This is, y'all have the best first episodes for any type of anything I've ever seen. Like, over there in the UK, you have the best first episodes to, like, establish a series. Better than anything I think I've ever, any other, at least better here than in the US, because I've not watched any other countries, truth be told. So anyways, yeah. Y'all be good to each other. Love yourselves. Peace.